Hello and hi, my name is Connor. In this video, I am going to be going over my 5 favorite new EPs from Japan from March of 2026. This is a video in a series that I like to put out every month because there are amazing EPs coming out from Japan, obviously every month, but also every week, and frankly, kind of every day too. March releases sort of felt like a meteor crashing into Earth, and when I say that, I mean that there were just so many that it just scattered across the globe and it really left an impact. And I don't think this is a very good metaphor, but hey, you know what? Maybe it is, I don't know. So let's just start with the first EP, which is going to be Sekai by Haku. Now, Haku is in no way a stranger to my channel. I talked about them all 2025 long, starting with their EP, which came out in January of last year, which was titled Catch, which I loved. And because I loved it so much, I yapped about it all year. I think I rated it a 10. I think it got nominated for a lot of awards in my award show, which you should check out if you haven't already. And so when they announced, I think it was in January-ish, when they said, hey, our new EP will be coming out in March, I was excited. I think I was right to be excited because when I was in Japan recently, I managed to pick up a copy of this EP that I'm talking about right here, right now. Boy, am I happy I did, because this is like all hits. They've done it once again. I was a little skeptical, I will be honest, but I think at this point they are really proving that they are world-class musicians in all kinds of ways, and that really applies to every member of the band too. And there is so much that I want to talk about with this EP here that I think I'm going to take it song by song, which I normally don't do because I don't have too much to say, and I don't want to say too much to, you know, spoil the fun of you listening to it for the first time, but I love this so much, I kind of feel like I have to. Song number 1 is going to be the title track, and that is titled Sekai, and that means world. This to me really sounds like a classic J-rock song. This feels like something that would inspire you to really get into the genre in, I would say, the like mid-2000s. This just has something so nostalgic about it, and I think it's something to do with the 2 competing guitars from the 2 guitars in this band. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about that sound that evokes that sort of nostalgia and that kind of comfort in me, and I like it a lot. That said though, the second song is a little bit more out there, if you will. This song sort of has 2 names. So in English, this song is titled Pada Pada Cat, but then in Japanese, it is titled Muchu Neko, which means like obsessed with cats, or cat obsessed, essentially. Now, I say this is weird because it is really fun. The other songs are fairly fun, yet that's not what their goal, their objective is. That is definitely the case here with this very light, kind of breezy, just fun, happy song. Now, if you have seen my other content about this band, you would know that I like to compare them a lot to the Strokes. And one thing I will say about this song in particular is that they are not beating those allegations. This very much sounds like a Strokes song, which I'm happy about. I love them, and I love how they are sort of not quite mimicking that sound, yet I do feel like they are very much inspired by it, and also possibly very much paying homage to it too. So hats off to them. I will say that every time it comes up because I just love how they use that sound with their J-rock influences. Moving right along, the third song is titled Thuarin, and this is another like right in between song that is like fun and also hard hitting. This song to me just really sounds like spring. It's happy, it's kind of explosive too, and it really feels right at home here on this EP, despite being a single from a few months ago. And oh my god, the hook is killer on this thing, and I love the way that I sings it. It is just wonderful. I love it a lot, and I can't wait to see it performed live. Wait, actually, I already did like last week, so never mind. And I'm not gonna hold out on you. Here's a little bit of concert footage. You're welcome. The final song is titled Soreshika Ie Nai, and this means like, that's all I can say, or that's all I'm able to say. And this has been one of my favorite songs since it came out in, I want to say, September of last year. I have seen them perform it live twice now, and each time it is incredible because I has this amazing succession of lyrics, I'd say towards the last third of this song, that are just incredible to behold. She sings so quick, it is insane, and she nails it too. I am continually impressed by her on this song, vocally and on guitar too. So I think for now, that's all I have to say about this EP. I feel like I will be talking about this throughout the rest of this year too. Especially because I own it. So I don't normally rate EPs in these monthly EP roundup videos because that's not really what they're for. But I think if I had to rate this, it's a 10. I really like this. And I said their last EP was a 10 too. So like, I love that. And for this to be just as good, if not better, is like actually mind-blowing to me. And I hope you feel that same way too, because this is just great, really fun poppy J-rock. But you want to know what's not fun, happy J-rock? That's going to be the next EP from the band Tattletale, and this is titled True End. This EP is some fantastic punk, Midwest emo, math rock, and also just screamo a little bit too. This has everything if you really like that harder rock, yet with some really smooth vocals and some great instrumentation. There is just something about the way that Tattletale makes music where I would just say that pretty much everyone in the band, well, I mean, there's only 3 people, so I guess I would say all of the people in the band are just some of my favorite musicians at the moment. I think in general, they are able to lay down some great melodies that even despite the fact that they are so hard-hitting and punk and aggressive, just sound like really pleasing to listen to. They have really mastered songwriting, in my opinion, and everything they make is just awesome. Look no further than one of the songs on this EP, which is titled Chain Reaction. Oh my god, dude. How does someone make this? If it so happens that you're new to my channel, I actually toured with Tattletale and Haku last year. I made a video about it, check it out. Lots of behind the scene footage and also some live concert footage too. It's a good video, I think. Check it out if you've got time. It's kind of long. Now, I will say, I do have one complaint about this EP. Only one. There's only one thing I could find wrong. And that is that this is only 12 minutes long. And man, I need more. 12 minutes just isn't fair. No. It's a great 12 minutes, but I need a new album, man. It's so good. I think about it as I go to sleep every single night. I'm like, ooh, when's that Tattletale album coming out? Ooh, when's that Tattletale coming out? It is just always so surprising to me that this is a 3-piece band because it sounds like they are like a whole outfit or something. Their sound is just so huge and world-encompassing that it's insane that there's only one guitarist. And I don't know how they're making that work, especially because he's on lead vocals too. His name is Ryutaro, and I think when you listen to him on this EP, you will also go, how is he doing this? He should in no way be able to be this good at guitars and vocals at the same time. This is like unreal. Would it be insane for me to, in that way, kind of refer to him as the Shohei Ohtani of the Japanese indie scene? Maybe, but I do think about it sometimes. And also, I want to say that a lot of that is because of the mixing on his vocals too. They are so spacey and in the background, yet the raw sound and the raw power of his voice keeps them at the forefront. It almost seems like the mixing of like him in the background is sort of trying to limit how good he sounds because otherwise he will overtake everything else. But in doing so, his vocals have this sort of thickness to it that just really suits this kind of music and is, again, I think another reason why I enjoy their music so much. Please believe me when I say they sound amazing in the recordings here, but they sound even more crazy and amazing live. If you ever get the chance to see them anywhere, you have to take it. You have to. I would maybe fly to the other side of the US to see them if they ever came to like New York or like, I don't know, Boston. I just really enjoy their music that much. And I think you will too. I don't know how to end this section. Now, as if March wasn't crazy enough, we got the new EP from the band wanbed, and this is titled 135, or maybe Ichisango. I have loved wanbed since they came out with a single, but it was technically 2 singles on like the one like disc last year. What can I say other than that the dream of the 90s is alive in Japan, and that's because of bands like wanbed in particular. They just sound so sharp and so cool and so unique, and every time I listen to this, I have this permanent stank face because it's just this heavy 90s alt rock, I think I would call it. It's almost like Smashing Pumpkins with like the attitude of Tool, and I love that. The very first song on this EP is titled Woo Waltz. It is encapsulating the sounds of like Tool and Seapool and Foo Fighters and the Novembers, and there's just so much pull from so much that I like that it's hard for me not to like try to go out of my way to find fault with their music because I can't. Surely there are some, but I just don't know. This is another case of every member of the band just going crazy all the time, but you do have to attribute a lot of this amazing sound to the front woman, and her name is Yui Hashiguchi, and oh my god, she has this amazing, perfect, nailed 90s cadence and sound to her voice. And on top of that too, she is actually singing in pretty much all English. There is a little bit of Japanese in one of the songs in like the back half of the EP, but it's mainly all English. So like, yeah, as someone who has been following them since they really started last year, I am so happy to see how far they've come in such a short amount of time. This is essentially hitting every checkbox out of everything I want to hear out of a 90s throwback rock band. There is just so much of their stuff that I want to own physically because one, I want to support them, and two, I don't want to like lose out on not being able to own this physically because I think they're going to blow up and I want some of this stuff like right off the bat. Okay, this is another case of a band where I want to invest early so that in like 5 or 10 years I can say, I told you so. I was there day 1 or 2 or 3. I really don't know how soon I locked into that single, but damn, it was good. And I mean, like, I don't even know what song is my favorite on here. It might be Headbleed, it might be Knife, it might be Woo Waltz. I really don't know. They're all great. And I think you'll probably think the same thing once you listen to this. I think Headbleed might be my favorite, but that might change in like a week or a day or an hour. I really don't know. It's all just so good. Okay, so EP number 4 is going to be the newest from the band Tyrkouaz, and this is going to be CHAKRA. This is, I don't know, man, the perfect marriage of like punk music and drum and bass and jungle and dubstep a little bit and also pop. I don't know what to call this even. It's just so out there, yet it all just fits. I don't know how they do it. Tyrkouaz is a duo that is comprised of 2 brothers who I believe are twins, but I'm not quite sure, but they do look a lot alike. And they have this great sound that is very much akin to Pendulum from Australia. For those unaware, Pendulum is a band from the 2000s that kind of had a moment, I'd say, in the 2010s, and then they formed the side project Knife Party, and then they made a lot of dubstep. But before that, they were making this really interesting mix of drum and bass and punk music. There is one other artist who kind of makes music in the same vein in Japan, and he's fairly popular. His name is Kenshi Yonezu, but I personally feel like this is everything that Kenshi Yonezu is trying to be. These songs are just so indicative of what I want to hear out of this mishmash of genres that I can't help but love it. Maybe I would even call it a little bit pop music just because it is sounding like Kenshi Yonezu, and I would firmly call him a J-pop singer, though of course he is also incorporating a lot of rock and pop and electronic music into his, well, pop as well. There are so many examples of songs that I love here on this EP, with my favorites probably being Pause and also Reboot. I say that because it's got like 5 O's. I think you should really listen to those if you want a good sense for this band's sound, though obviously I do recommend listening to, well, all of them. It's an EP, it's short. I think you should just do it. I mean, dude, come on, what are you doing? But I guess what I'm really trying to say here is that this is just such a multifaceted band that it is hard not to fall in love with at least one aspect of their music and just think that they are really executing it well. This is probably one of my favorite electronic projects of the year so far, and I really do see myself saying that for the rest of this year too. There is just so much I love, and there's so many heaters on here, and on top of that, this band is just so cool. They absolutely ooze it. Everything they make just sounds cool and slick and fun, and that is what I want to listen to. So hats off to the band here too. I want to hear more, and I will be digging into their back catalog for sure because actually they have a lot of other songs. So yay me, and hopefully yay you too. Last but not least, we have the newest EP from a band with a very long history that goes back about 20 odd years. This is going to be Upandcoming with their newest EP, which is titled Nothing Is But What Is Not. This band is something of an oddity in that, like I said, they have been around for about 20 years now, though I feel like for the most part, they've kind of flown under the radar. But despite that, they seem to be on very good terms with the band Toe, which I love and you probably do too. And I guess as a quick aside, if you don't know Toe, they are like one of the legendary Japanese math rock bands in the past, in the present, and probably will be in the future too. So if you don't know them, please check them out because they are just that big and you will like them. That's why they're so big. Why do I say that they are on good terms with that band? This EP is actually recorded, mixed, and mastered by Takaki Mino, who is the guitarist of Toe. How cool is that? This EP also released on the same label as Toe, so as you can probably imagine, they share a lot in common with them sound-wise and, you know, sonic-wise, sound composition-wise, lyrically, blah, 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 blah. This is a slightly jazzy math rock and soft rock album that I think if you like the mid-range of Toe's discography, you will feel right at home. And then if that wasn't enough, one of the members of Upandcoming, who is named Yuzuru Hoshikawa, was actually on For Long Tomorrow by Toe back in, 2006 or 7 or 8 or 9? I forget. There's just so many albums. Apparently, he was on the song Say It Ain't So, which is one of my favorites from that album, and hopefully, one of yours too, because it is really that good. Now, I think for me, I would say that a lot of the songs here are really structured around consistency. What I mean by that is that there are very consistent melodies and also lyrics that really age as the songs themselves go on. They sort of lull you into this sonic safety, and they just make you want to stay there forever, which again, I think is a tactic that is employed very liberally by Toe as well. The lyrics on this EP are mainly in English, which is great for an English speaker like myself, and they are just so weird and also heartfelt, a lot like Toe too. And I know, I'm sorry, I do not mean to compare them this entire video or section long, but it really is just so upfront, yet I think they still carve out their own lane and niche in the sound, so it's not like they are copying Toe in any way whatsoever. Now I would like to show you some of the lyrics as an example, so these are going to be from the song You, Pillar of Light. So here is how the middle-ish section of the song goes, okay? The end of the universe, that's where I was originally. It's very comfortable space. I want to be in your world. With passage of time, too many things are changing, but I feel it in your heart. I want to cherish it. I chose you from the starry sky. It's great. Now, I guess maybe bad news or good news, I don't know, but this is the band's second EP in 5 years. I wish they had more music. They kind of do, but it's not all on streaming, so you will have to locate it in some fashion because, like I said, they have been making music for 20 years now, so it's all kind of scattered and not all on streaming, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere if you really look for it. I love this. I think this is a banger of an EP, and I really hope this means that they are making more music soon, because I would love this, and again, because I love the sound of Toe, and because these guys are so related to Toe in so many very concrete ways. I'm so into it. So I guess in synopsis, I just hope they find success with this EP, and that just makes them want to make more, because I would love that, and I know you will too. And so with that, we are now done with the video. I hope you got some cool recommendations. I know I picked some cool ones, but there were a lot of other cool ones that I unfortunately had to leave off, but maybe I can fix that. Maybe I can fix my mistakes someday, somehow. In case you like videos like this and you want to see more, I make them every month. So I mean, you know, if you want to check out the playlist with all of them, that will be linked in the description. And there might even be a link probably on screen somewhere here too. I think it might be up here. But check it out if you are interested, because like I sort of said in the beginning, there are heaters coming out every second out of Japan, and you do not want to miss them because they are just seriously that good. And I would not be talking about them if I did not think they were awesome. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Again, subscribe if you haven't, because I will just be talking about more stuff like this now and in the future. And I also have the back catalog too. So, you know, you already have some new stuff that is new to you that you can watch. And so yeah, I hope to see you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.